Hello guys, I hope you all are doing good. I am Vaishali Kikan and we are discussing the science and technology. Today in this video, we are going to have the in-depth analysis about the coal and petroleum. We all know what is coal, we all know what is petroleum. Now we are going to see what is the impact of coal and petroleum in our daily lives. How coal, petroleum and the products which are derived from it are going to change our lives, right? So we are going to have the in-depth discussion about the coal and petroleum. So like when I start this topic, I must tell you that coal and petroleum are the natural resources. So first of all, we should understand what is a natural resource itself. What is a natural resource? A natural resource is a resource which we are obtaining from the nature. Right? We are not doing anything. We are just extracting it. We are not doing anything for making this resource, right? Nature itself is making this resource and it is providing it to us. Like if I talk about sunlight, if I talk about air, wildlife, forest, all of these things are the natural resources. We are not doing anything for the manufacturing of it, right? So natural resources are obtained from the nature, and if I classify them, we have the two classification: inexhaustible natural resources and exhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resources, as the name suggests, they are not going to exhaust, right? We can use them infinite times and they are still in the environment. There is no possibility of them being totally used up, right? And we can never have the scarcity of these kind of resources. But on the other hand, if I talk about the exhaustible natural resources, natural resources are in limited amount, and if we use them without thinking about our future generations, then they are going to extinguish from the nature. We will have them only for a limited period of time, and they will take a lot of time for remanufacturing. They will be taking millions and millions of years for again making it, right? So for example, for the inexhaustible natural resources, we have sunlight. Sunlight you can use infinitely, right? You can use air as well infinitely. It is not going to exhaust out, right? On the other hand, for the exhaustible natural resources, we have forest. Forests are limited on our soil, right? And other than that, we have wildlife, then we have coal, petroleum, natural gas. All of these are in limited amount, and if you consume them all, what will happen? They will be extinguished. They will be not available for our future generations. So we have to use them in a very precise manner. We have to save them for our future generations as well. Now coming to the fossil fuels. What are the fossil fuels? Fossils are the dead remains. So the fuels which are formed from the fossils, right? The fuels which are formed from the dead remains of living organisms, whether it would be a forest or wildlife or it would be an animal, right? So fossil fuels are formed from the living organisms or the fossils of the living organism. For example, we have coal, petroleum, natural gas. All of them are formed from the living organisms. Now coming to the coal. So it is a black hard material. So you must have seen coal anytime in your life, right? So it is a black hard material and it can be used as a fuel for cooking. It is not used recently in the metro cities, but in the villages still it is used as a fuel to cook the food, and after that it is used in the steam engine. Again, now we have the electrical engines, but previously when we were having the steam engine, coal was used in that. After that it is used in thermal power plant for the generation of the electricity, right? So coal is having the numerous uses, but using coal is going to produce the pollution, so we have to curb the pollution, right? Now we have one more term that is related to the coal, that is the carbonization. This term is related to the manufacturing of the coal. So what is the story of the manufacturing of the coal? Coal took millions of years for its formation. So what happened? In the wetlands, we were having the low-lying wetlands and we were having forest on them, so it got submerged into the water, and due to the high temperature, high pressure condition, the forest converted into the form of coal. So carbonization is the basic term that is denoting this process. Carbonization denotes the high temperature and pressure conditions which are going to convert the dead plants into the coal, right? So with the help of high temperature and pressure, the dead plants, when they were submerged deep inside the sea, they were converted into the coal. So now coal, when it is heated, it is going to produce the CO2, which is a major pollutant gas, and it is going to produce the greenhouse effect as well, which is increasing the temperature of the earth. Now the processed coal, we cannot use the coal directly in a lot of applications, so we process it. The processed coal is coke, coal tar and coal gas, and in some cases we have bitumen as well. And coal gas is one of the cleaner fuel, right? So coal gas will be not be polluting much, and it will be used as a cleaner fuel which will not be providing much of CO2, right? On the other hand, coke and coal tar are going to produce the CO2, and they are pollutants, right? So coke is tough, porous and black. It is a pure carbon structure, right? It can be used for the steel plants, for the processing of the steel, and for many other metal processing as well. The coke can be used, right? We have studied about the steel processing, and the coke was the major substance used for its processing. Then we have the coal tar. Coal tar is a black thick liquid with an unpleasant smell, and it can be having a lot of applications. The coal tar will be having the applications of making various things from it, like we can make perfumes, we can make various dyes, paints and many other things from the help of coal tar. Then comes the petroleum. Petroleum is the another product, like we have coal. Coal was formed from the dead plants. Petroleum was formed from the dead animals. So in the sea we have a lot of animals, they die as well. So when the animal die, the microorganisms die, they settle down, and when they settle down, a layer of soil can deposit over them, and again high temperature and pressure condition will arise, and the dead organisms will convert into the petroleum. So it will be taking millions of years for its formation, and we will be having the formation of petrol and diesel from the petroleum. Petrol and diesel are the main fuels for the automobiles, right? So they are dark oily liquid, and they can be used for the formation of many other substances as well. So now we will understand how the petroleum got its name. So petroleum is the word which consists of petra and oleum. Petra means rock and oleum means soil. So petroleum is the oil that we are getting from the rocks, and in the US, in the Pennsylvania, we were having the first oil well, right? So now the petroleum cannot be used as it is. As I told you, petrol and diesel are extracted from it. So this process of extracting the useful material from the petroleum is called refining. So refining separates the constituents of the petroleum. It contains over 200 constituents, right? But the major constituents are LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, which we use in our home, in the cylinders, that the fuel that we use for cooking is LPG. Then we have petrol for low weight motor vehicles. Then we have kerosene, which is used for the lamps and other devices that we have at our home. Then we have diesels, which are used for heavy weight automobiles. Then we have the lubricating oil, which is used for the lubrication. Then we have bitumen, which is used for the metallization of the roads, right? We use bitumen as an advanced product over here. Then we have the paraffin wax, which is used for making the candles and other substances. Then we have the natural gas. I told you natural gas is less polluting. It is used in our daily lives as CNG, and a lot of vehicles are running over the CNG, which are less polluting. Now air pollution and the global warming are the two main causes by which we are avoiding using the coal and petroleum. Plus these are exhaustible natural resources, so we have to save it for our future generations as well. Now the PCR is a body in India, which is Petroleum Conservation Research Association. It is going to tell us how to save the petrol, right? So it is going to tell us that we have to drive at a constant speed, we have to switch off the vehicle at the red lights, then we have to use proper air pressure in the tires, and then we have to get our vehicle serviced at a proper time interval. So I hope you understood each and everything about the coal and petroleum. If you have any doubt now, you can put the doubt in the comment and I will be trying to resolve your doubt as soon as possible. I hope you like this session. If you like it, please push the like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and also give me your feedback. Thank you so much.